Well, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm going to give you all of the juicy gossip and updates of what's coming up on this channel over the next month. And if you enjoyed the Fondo trip, and I think the Fondo performance and the event and winning the Gran Fondo is hopefully just the beginning of what could be a very good month of cycling on this YouTube channel. So, one of the biggest plans, let's just say it straight out there, we're going to try and qualify for the UCI Gran Fondo World Championships. Road and gravel. Okay, let's just back up a little bit. This weekend is actually a very busy weekend, just to kick things off. I've had a little bit of rest to soak up this France trip and the Fondo performance and victory, and to be honest, I need to, because I don't give myself enough credit sometimes. I'm very guilty of just saying, okay, that's done, let's just crack on. And I think that's what leads to burnout and, you know, not really taking some time to process what you've done. I think that's important to do. So this time I've taken a whole week of sort of just riding my bike for fun, and we're back today. Hence why I'm dressed in kit. I've just got back from doing a 3-hour session and legs are feeling a bit meh, but we're back into it and we're getting the ball rolling again. So this weekend is our first of a double header weekend. So I have an event on the Saturday and I have an event on the Sunday. On Saturday, I have the long course Wales bike, which is, if you don't know, Ironman Wales. It's split into 3 days. You have the swim, the bike and the run. And I'm just doing the bike, of course, for now. And there's going to be a few of us who are going to rip around it and see if we can set, like, you know, a quick time around the 112-mile course. It's fairly rolling. It's not like super hilly, so we should be able to get, like, you know, at least 35 kilometers an hour average speed, maybe. So like a sub 5 hour time. But the atmosphere there is nuts. Like, I've seen like Ironman Tembe and I've seen Long Course Weekend, which is this, and in the past it's just been like people everywhere. It's incredible. So to be a part of it for the first time will be awesome. The day after, I'm going to be doing the Dragon Ride. You remember it from last year. There's a couple of videos on the nutrition I did around it, and obviously the pacing and the event day itself. But that was the super long route. That was like the 300 kilometer one. And because last year I was doing a couple of quite long events, like, you know, 8 to 12 hour challenges and events, this year I'm kind of bringing it down a little bit. I'm shortening things. As you've seen with Fondo, was a fairly short event. And this time I'm going to be focusing on like intensity rather than duration. So with my events. So like this Dragon Ride, I've gone for the Gran Fondo. So it's going to be slightly shorter, but hopefully more intense. You've got the majority of the climbs in there, apart from the northern loop with the Devil's Staircase. So that's going to be this weekend. So 2 big events, like 2 5 to 7 hour events back to back on one weekend. And then in 3 weeks time, I have one of my biggest goals of the whole season, which is going to be 2 Gran Fondos in one weekend. It's going to be the Swiss Gravel UCI Fondo, and then it's going to be on the Sunday, the day after, the Road Fondo. So both of them, obviously, if you finish high enough, place high enough, you can qualify for, you know, the World Championships. And although these events are obviously in Switzerland and it's very hilly, the actual World Championships are in a very, very flat area. I think it's Netherlands. I might be wrong in saying that, but there is an opportunity to qualify for both in one weekend, which is pretty outrageous. And I have been told by the organizer that that is fairly mad. And some people think I'm being silly in doing it, but the challenge is there and I'm there to accept the challenge. There is also, the day before those 2 events, a uphill time trial on, I think, the same climb that the Tour de Suisse, which is just finished. I think they had a stage that had either a summit finish or a time trial that went up the same section of road, maybe. So it's all going to be part of the fun and games. We're going to head out there in the van. We're going to do a big week, probably 10 days maybe, van life. Head out there, camp there, just soak up the atmosphere, do these events. Charlie's coming as well, of course, and yeah, hopefully just have a nice relaxing time as well as doing these events. So I'm going to take you along primarily for the build up and that, because that's the priority over the next couple of weeks. And then also the event day itself, or the events days. Yeah, because there's going to be quite a few events. And then near the end of July, there is a possibility, but it's still not confirmed, that the European Hill Climb Championships will be happening again. Now, last year I didn't know about them until about a week before, and there was rumours flying around that Tadej Pogačar was going to ride them and things, but that obviously didn't happen. But his teammate actually ended up winning the men's race, and Illy Gardner, who many of you will know, won the women's race. And I've been messaging Illy a little bit and asking has she seen anything about this year's edition, and she said she hasn't, unfortunately. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it's just like they're just taking a while to update their website and they haven't officially released like a date or, you know, entry criteria or whatever yet. So hopefully, you know, and I would really love to go and do that, because last year it was on the Gotthard Pass, also in Switzerland. So that would be epic at the end of July if we could go and compete at the European Hill Climb Championships. But aside from that, I'm going to be taking you along for the ride. Probably going to be a mixture of some longer videos if I'm going to try and do some, you know, training content and some, you know, progression, how things are going, and updating you on, you know, the build up to some of these epic challenges, which I'm not going to lie, you know, it's been a while since I've done back-to-back events in race scenarios. So I'm a little bit nervous. I know I'm going to be okay. I know that, but I'm still nervous that, you know, it's still going to be tough, and it's still going to be fatiguing, and there's still going to be an element of, you know, preparation and planning, especially for the gravel event, because it's going to be my first ever gravel event, and I'm going to be having some conversations with people about, you know, tyre choices, and you should see the pictures from the area from a chap called a Swiss with a Pulse on Instagram. Some epic shots. It's going to look like an incredible backdrop for particularly a gravel event, but certainly a Gran Fondo. And of course it is on the same weekend as some other major amateur cycling events in Europe at the same time, which I obviously won't be attending. I'll be choosing this one. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge. It's going to be fun, and hopefully the content is going to reflect that as well. Because, you know, fingers crossed I stay healthy and things like that, then, you know, at the minute I'm enjoying my riding so much, and it's probably coming across in the videos. And when you're enjoying things and when you're taking a bit more of a relaxed approach, sometimes you just, you know, everything clicks that much better, and there's less sort of pressure and things. So I'm just trying to float along at the minute, not get too stressed, and not try and push myself too much. I know I'm in good shape for certain, you know, for certain tests, you know, like Fondo going uphill for an hour, and fatigued efforts, you know, they're kind of in a good place. So I kind of don't have to push the boat out too much. But yeah, excited to bring you along. I hope you're enjoying these videos. Please share them with people. We've had a big uptake in subscribers in the last video. Please share them with friends. Anyone who else who's thinking of going out to these events. Make sure you like the video and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next video, which will actually be a video from the France trip we just did, which you might enjoy as well. We're going back in time a little bit, but, you know, hopefully you'll still enjoy it all the same. It's quite laid back, but I think you'll enjoy it. All right, I'll catch you soon.